Hello, welcome back. I am Nancy and this is my friend Kelly, and we are inspiring women on a mission. Thank you for listening and thank you for the positive feedback on our videos.
Yeah, we're very excited about that. Thank you so much.
Today we're going to talk about adversity, or living your life and living your best life in the face of adversity. And Kelly knows about this topic firsthand.
Yeah, people always ask me, how come you're so optimistic? Even people in my own family, I've gotten a little bit of flack sometimes for always thinking the glass is half full, when even in the face of everything falling down around you. But I have a really good role model, and it's both of my parents. When I was 8 years old, my dad was injured in a car accident and was paralyzed from the waist down. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and I was the oldest of 4 children, and only being 8 years old. So our family was in complete upheaval. We had to move out of our home. We had to sell off any land that we had, and we had to basically kind of be a bit of a gypsies for a good portion of a year.
In the 60s, did they have something like what we have with ICBC here with our insurance corporation of British Columbia, where they would have helped your family? Would there be anything like that available to you guys?
The car that he crashed wasn't his own, it was his best friend's. He spun out on this road and ended up being ejected from the vehicle. This is before seatbelts. Went through a barbed wire fence and basically it severed his spinal cord. So to answer your question as far as insurance, no, he was young, he was 35, there was no life insurance. I don't know if there was any sort of car insurance that would have covered that. I know that we did subsist on some state aided funds at the time, whether it was welfare, food stamps. The goodness of people's hearts kind of kept us going for a long time.
How did your parents handle that kind of adversity within the dynamics, say, of their marriage, or to you being the oldest?
We moved into a home that my grandfather bought for us. He retrofitted it for a person in a wheelchair. And my dad went back to school once he was out of rehab. He went back to school and got his certificate in data processing and started working for Georgia Pacific.
Cool! Yay, Dad!
So
love it.
This was like a year later when he was out and doing
That's
this.
where Kelly gets her fighter, by the way. I've known Kelly long enough to woohoo!
And
I wish I'd known your father.
And my mom made sure, my dad couldn't drive at the time, so my mom or my grandfather or one of my uncles or a friend or somebody would come and pick my dad up every day and take him to work and bring him home. And our lives changed, but we never saw the chair. It was still our dad.
You saw a dad. You saw your dad. I mean, how could you not see your dad? You loved him. You wanted him home, and he was home. And
so we never thought of my dad who's in a wheelchair. It was just, that's my dad,
And your mom never gave up on him. She was like, you got a family, we love you, you got to come home and help take care of us.
And so we still did all the things we did as a family.
Amazing.
We still went camping, we still went fishing, we still took trips. We still did everything that we always did. Now we did have to move, we did have to change some things like that. Life did change, but it changed in ways that we could never have expected it to change in a positive way. So we took something that's extremely negative, can be extremely sad, and
that breaks other families apart.
We used it to strengthen ourselves. It used it to strengthen my relationships with my brothers and my sister. And I just look to them every single day for that power of positivity. And it was just really, when I think about it, and I thought about it a lot after my dad passed away, that it was truly a gift.
Wow. Kelly, what would be your advice to those out there that are watching us if they just can't find the positive in whatever is going on in their lives right now?
I think the thing for me was you kind of take it one day at a time. I actually wrote a poem to my dad when he passed away, and I think part of it, if I can just maybe read a little bit of it. The lessons taught were ones unspoken. We watched and so we learned. The virtues we all strive to know from a man which fate had burned. You kept your sense of humor and your dignity, despite the curveball you were thrown with such humility. You could have kept your head down and given up on life, but you stood tall in Chernow because of 4 kids and a wife. So with that,
That's my friend. That's her dad.
that's just a little portion of it. But I think it is just taking it one day at a time and just knowing that sometimes it's not even a day, sometimes it's a minute, sometimes it's an hour,
At a time.
whatever it is, and know that this too shall pass. It always does. And whatever, like my dad and my mom both used to say, whatever doesn't kill you is going to make you stronger. And
I've
you
heard
know
that
what?
expression.
It really does. These obstacles that we all have faced have given me strength that, you know, I can't even begin to describe, as well as knowing that I can overcome adversity. And I think if you just take like little snippets of it and just, you know, look for the tiny little positive thing. It doesn't have to be even a big thing. And we all go through difficult times in our lives. Sometimes there's lots of things that we can't control. It could be an illness with a child, or with a parent, or a good friend, or spouse, or something. It could be something terrible that happens in your neighborhood. We see this on the news all the time. But know that there's good out there too. And don't forget to give the good its due as well. And just to really keep the faith.
Thanks, Kelly. Just to wrap up, I'm Nancy, and this is my dear friend Kelly, and we are Inspiring Women on a Mission. We hope you enjoyed our post today. We look forward to any comments, any feedback, any suggestions for topics, and we hope we're inspiring you out there.